So in the previous video, I think I referred to M1 as a force. So that's actually an applied moment, not a force. Um, and then I also just, for clarification, added these labels here that this equation comes from the sum of the moments about A, and right, just summing the moments about A there. And then of course this equation is from the sum of the forces in the y direction. This is from the sum of the force in the x direction. So you can see again they have the bold equal signs. There's three equations. We're saying that there's three unknowns, even though we've assigned values to all the parameters here. So we can then just use this find, and you'll notice that I've also put in the units, and this seems to work okay, right? So we have find BC, a sub x, and a sub y, and if you calculate those out by hand, you'll get those results. And it's also good to just, after you use this equation solver, to type in ERR and just to make sure that the error is very small for this equation solver. So in this problem, we got an answer for the tension of 104 pounds, a sub x 83, a sub y 37. So suppose we change the unknowns around. In other words, suppose we said, well, we measured the tension and found that to be 104, and then we wanted to solve for a sub x and a sub y in the moment that creates that tension. So if we were to do that, so what I'm saying is we set the force to 104, that's the tension, and suppose we don't know it. We know there's some applied moment, but we don't know what it is. And so it's the same exact equations, but now when we replace FBC with find M1, we get this everything turns red and it doesn't solve. So you might say, well, what's going on there? I mean, this equation solver worked okay. The first example, we just had x, y, and z's, no units. The second example, we had the force analysis problem, and we solved for the three forces, right? The tension, FBC, and a sub x and a sub y. But those three things all had the same units. So the problem arises when you are specifying units, which is a good thing, but when you output or solve for the unknowns, the different parameters have different dimensions. So you have to handle that a little bit differently. So what you have to do is use the find command, but assign it to a vector, and then you can show what the vectors equal to individually. So let me just go ahead and do that. So what I'm saying is, let's just going to delete that, and I'm going to put in a vector, and I have this toolbar right here, and so this vector we will want to have 3 rows and 1 column. Okay, and we have to give it a different name, so I'm just going to say SM for solution for M1. Okay, and then solution for AX, and solution for AY. Okay. And so then I'll hold down the shift and the colon, and so that will now be equal to, and then we'll use find. Okay, so you can see that doing it this way, it worked okay. Nothing's red there. But now we're going to have to output separately the values. So for instance, SM1, okay, and I'm going to have to pick up here from the next video.